Hello students, in this lecture video I'm going to tell you about the what you mean the load vector equation due to UDL and what you mean by Hermite shape function. Okay, so depending upon these two equations, we are going to solve the numerical problems on upcoming lecture videos. Okay, so this topic is very important. Okay, so load due to UDL topic I am going to discuss, and Hermite shape function. Okay, what you mean by Hermite shape function and what you mean by load vector due to UDL, what you are going to get the equation if the given beam is subjected to UDL load. Okay, so this I am going to explain it now, that is what the load vector and Hermite shape function. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, so based on these two topic only, we are going to derive some what we are going to use the formulas related to this load vector and Hermite shape function in upcoming slide. Okay, while solving the problems, these two equations is required. Okay, so here look at the derivation of a load due to UDL. Okay, so uniform distributed load. Okay, so here look at this. Okay, so consider this is a beam. Okay, so at node number 1 and node number 2 is a beam subjected to a uniform distributed load. Okay, so here entire on the beam element load is acting uniformly. Okay, so to 12 means 12 kilonewton per meter means the entire length of the beam element is the load is acting 12 kilo Newton per meter. Okay, so such type of loading system you are going to call as uniform distributed load. Okay, so here the entire length the same, what the load should be acting same, okay, at the node number 1 to at node number 2. Okay, so look at this diagram. So these are the indication. Okay, so UDL UD. Okay, so look at this, the entire length the load is acting uniformly. Okay, so here at node number 1 is zeta value is equal to -1, and at node number 2 zeta value is equal to 1, and at middle zeta is equal to 0. Okay, so if you consider the natural coordinate system, we are going to denote the origin as a center. Okay, so from this side, left hand side, we are going to consider as a -1. Okay, zeta is equal to -1. From this point we are going to consider zeta is equal to 1, at middle zeta is equal to 0. Okay, so this beam is what subjected to a UDL, uniformly distributed load. Okay, figure shows a beam element having a two nodes, that is node number 1 and node number 2. At each node 2 degree of freedom. Okay, so here in the beam element each node having 2 degree of freedom, 2 from vertical, 2 from rotation. Okay, at node number 1 the vertical direction, the vertical degree of freedom will be there, that is V1, and the rotational will be there, so that is called as theta 1. At node number 2 vertical displacement is V2 and rotation is what, theta 2. Okay, so each node having 2 degree of freedom, so total is 4, that is U1 theta 1 V2 theta 2. Okay, that you have to remember in this loading condition. Okay, so that is what the transverse displacement is V, and the rotation displacement is theta. Okay, so therefore the at node 1 the V1 theta 1 V2 theta 2. Okay, at node number 2 V2 theta 2. Okay, so at node number 1 V1 theta 1 are the degree of freedom, at node number 2 V2 theta 2 are the what the total displacement. Okay, total displacement present in this beam element is 4. Okay, V1 theta 1, V1 is called as vertical translation displacement, theta stands for the rotation displacement. Okay, you have to remember that. Okay, so consider a beam so subjected to a UDL, the uniform distributed load, that is UDL. So P naught is indicated what the notation of UDL. Okay, P is nothing but the force, that is uniform distributed force, which is equal to some value. In the while solving the problem they may give some values. Okay, look at here, the load due to uniformly distributed load, so work done due to uniform distributed load is given by, so this is a work potential, so that is what integration of P naught V into dx. Okay, so P naught nothing but the uniform distributed load displacement. Okay, so we know that, so already we derived the Hermite, that is maximum deflection at middle, so V is equal to H into Q, where H stands for the Hermite shape function and Q stands for the nodal displacement. Okay, so here how many nodal displacements are there? So here V1 theta 1 V2 theta 2, those are what the Hermite, that is what nodal displacement, and H is stands for, here H is we are going to call as Hermite shape function. Okay, so Hermite shape function nothing but what, so here Hermite shape function nothing but what, so it is a transverse Hermite shape function state that the transverse displacement and the slopes are continuous over the given element. Okay, so those element we are going to call as Hermite shape function, that you have to remember. Okay, so those are the what are the components where H value we are going to consider, H is equal to H1 LE by 2 H2 and H3 LE by 2 H4. Already we derived this equation. Okay, so where H is equal to this H1 H2 H3 H4. Okay, H1 is vertical, this this and H1 H2 this is at node number 1, and H3 H4 is at node number 2. Okay, where Q is the nodal displacement vector, and this which is given by V1 theta 1 V2 theta 2. Okay, so this is at node number 1, this is at node number 2. Okay, but we know that the work potential for the given beam, that is UDL, we have what integration of P naught H into Q. Okay, so substitute here P H and Q value, so H we know, the Q you know that. Okay, so since dx is equal to the LE by 2, that is theta. Okay, so work potential is equal to what, dx, substitute the dx value here. Okay, so dx is nothing but what, the small element strip from the given element, so that which is equal to half of Le into d zeta. Okay, so substitute in this equation, work potential is equal to what, the integration of L P naught Le by 2 HQ d zeta. Okay, so substitute this again. Here the q is the displacement, so take common here. Okay, so integrate -1 to +1 P naught Le by 2 H as it is d zeta. Okay, so give equation, this is give equation number 1, give equation number 2. Okay, so q, and this is let us consider as t. Okay, so T stands for the load vector due to traction or uniformly distributed load. Okay, so this is the T, this is due to the uniform distributed load. Okay, P naught Le by H into d zeta by 2. Okay, so here again the modified equation become as this, T is equal to take this one. Okay, so T is equal to integration of -1 P naught Le by 2 H into d zeta. Okay, again you simplify this, P naught Le by 2 is a common work. Okay, where H is equal to, we have the values. Okay, substitute the H values, H nothing but the Hermite-Shave function. So here H is equal to what, so this function you have to substitute here wherever H is there. Okay, so H is equal to H1 Le by 2 H2 H3 Le by 2 H4 d zeta. Okay, so give equation number next. Okay, give equation number 4. Okay, so substitute the values of H1 H2 H3 H4. Okay, so we already derived the Hermite-Shave function value. So H1 is equal to this, this. Okay, so substitute those values in the previous equation. So Pt is equal to P naught Le by 2, so integration of -1 to +1. So after substituting the H1 H2 H3 value we already derived in the previous equation, substitute those values in the this wherever H1 H2 is there. Okay, so after substituting you are going to get this. Okay, so now we can integrate it. Okay, so that is -1 to +1 C d zeta, so which is equal to 2C. Okay, so here -1 to 1. Okay, zeta into d zeta is equal to what, so this. Okay, and last one is -1 to +1 zeta square d zeta is equal to 2 by 3. Okay, so now substitute this equation, these values in this equation. Okay, T is equal to P naught Le by 8. Okay, so P naught Le by 8, so here 2 into, so here what is the meaning, what is this 2 is, okay, 2 into 2 Le by 2, 2 minus 2 by 3, 2 into 2 Le by 2 minus 2 plus 2 by 3. Okay, so after simplification this you are going to get T is equal to P naught Le by 2 and P naught Le square by 12. So P naught Le by 2 minus P naught Le square by 12. Okay, so this is the uniform distributed load when in the given problem, if they given in the given problem, if suppose the beam subjected to a UDL, means let us consider the force is equal to this value. Okay, so look at this, at the vertical translation P naught Le by 2 and the rotation P naught Le square by 12. Okay, so this you have to remember. So similarly at node number 2, but you take the negative sign because it is acting opposite. Okay, so take here P naught Le by 2 minus P naught Le square by 12. Okay, so this you have to what, we have to take this equation. This equation is very important. Okay, so traction force or the body force or load due to UDL is equal to P naught Le by 2 P naught Le square by 12. So P naught Le by 2, so minus P naught Le square by 12. Okay, so after integration this we are going to get these values. Okay, 2 by 3, so zeta square, so wherever zeta square d zeta is there, substitute the 2 by 3 values. Okay, wherever zeta cube is there, substitute 0 value here. Okay, so after substituting these values in this equation you are going to get this. So finally you are going to get this equation. Okay, so this equation is very important. Okay, so this equation is what, very important while solving the problem. Okay, so this is very important, you have to remember this equation. Okay, so force due to UDL. Okay, suppose if they ask the UDL, means you have to write this equation to calculate the force. Okay, where P naught nothing but the uniform distributed load and L stands for what, length of the given beam. Okay, so this is very important. This is what the load vector due to UDL. Okay, so now the second one is what you mean by Hermite-Shave function. Okay, so this question is also very important. So Hermite-Shave functions are nothing but what, these are used for the interpolation of dependent variable and its derivative. Okay, in FEM. Okay, the shave function for bar, okay, for the shave function for the beam element should be meet C dash continuity of the requirement. Okay, so the Hermite-Shave function which satisfies the continuity requirement. Okay, that I will tell you that. Okay, so definition says the shave function state that the transverse displacement and the slope must be continuous over the element, and these functions is called as Hermite-Shave function. What you study, what you seen here, okay, that is what the Hermite-Shave function. Okay, so the here look at this. So the transverse displacement and the slope must be continuous flow over the given beam element. Okay, those element we are going to call as what, shave function. Okay, so that is H1 H2 H3 H4. Okay, the transverse displacement field is like a cubic, and in the natural coordinate system we denote as this equation. Okay, so this is V zeta, that is the maximum deflection at middle, H1 V1. So V1 stands for the what, deflection at node number, that is vertical translation, and H2 dV by d zeta. So differentiate with respect to this, again H3 V2 plus H4 dV by d zeta. Okay, so this is belongs to at node number 1 and this is belongs to at node number 2. So give equation number 1 for this Hermite-Shave function. Okay, so where zeta is equal to 2x by LE minus 1, or we have the formula x is equal to x1 plus x2 by 2 plus x2 minus x1 by 2 zeta. Okay, already we derived this, okay, where zeta is equal to, okay, so dx is equal to what, small element strip, dx is equal to LE by 2 d zeta, okay, for where LE stands for what, the initial node minus final node, okay, that is the length of the element, okay. So using the Cramer rules or chain rule, so dv by dz is equal to what, you have to chain rule, okay, so again dv by dx into g theta, okay, like that. So one more is dv by dou v by dou zeta, which is equal to LE by 2 into, so if you simplify this, dou v by this dou x, okay. So now to use this formula, okay, so here maximum deflection at middle is equal to h1 v1 LE by h2 theta 1 and plus h3 v2 plus LE by 2 h4 theta. So this theta 2 is nothing but the rotation displacement, okay. So here we know that v is equal to we have to make it the separate one, so v1 theta 1 v2 theta 2 are called as a nodal displacement, okay, so you denote as a q, and h1 LE by h2 is nothing but what, the h equation, okay, that is Hermite-Shave function, okay. So where h is equal to what, h1 LE by 2 h2 h3 LE by 2 h4, okay. So this equation we are going to call as Hermite-Shave function, okay. So Hermite-Shave function is nothing but what, okay, so these are the interpolation function, okay, which the rotational displacement or the transverse displacement and slope continuously present on that given beam, okay. So those elements you are going to call as Hermite-Shave function, okay. So shave function is denoted by n, capital N, but Hermite-Shave function you are going to denote as h, okay, remember, okay. So this h is called as what, Hermite-Shave function for the given beam element, and q stands for the nodal displacement, that is u1 theta 1 v1 so this is v1 theta 1 v2 theta 2, okay. So it is, I think it is wrong, okay. So this equation you are going to call as Hermite-Shave function and the nodal displacement, okay. So you have to remember this equation is very important for the point of examination, okay. So this equation is very important, okay. So h is equal to h1 LE by h2 h3 LE by h4, okay. So after calculating this Hermite-Shave function, substitute the values, okay. So the Hermite-Shave function should satisfy the boundary conditions, okay. So look at here the boundary condition to find the values of h1 h2 h3 h4 as shown in the below figure, okay. So below table shows the boundary condition for the two noded beam element, okay. So here the nodal values, okay, at node number 1, at node number 2. Suppose if you are having a one beam element here, means, okay, at this is beam node number 1, node number 2, okay. So at node number 1 zeta is equal to 1, okay, zeta is equal to 1, and h1 value is what, so at node number 1, okay, these are the nodal point. At node number 1 zeta is equal to what, zeta is equal to suppose 1 means h1 and dh1 by dh2 is equal to, have to assume as 1 comma 0, okay, that you have to remember while solving the problem, okay. So look at here, these are the nodal values, okay, at node number 1. So the boundary condition were what, h1 is equal to 1 and differentiation was this, okay, dh by d zeta is, which is equal to 1, okay. So which is what, the 0, okay. At node number 2, so zeta value is minus 1, so h1 value and h2 value, okay. Similarly at node number 1 h1 and differentiation of this h dash, okay, so 0 and 1, okay, like this, you remember this table, okay. So this is belongs to the node number 1, h1 differentiation of this, okay. Okay, they wrote a double here, okay. How to remember this, 1 0 0 1 not 1 1000 1001, so 0 0 0, again you write this, again you write here 1001, okay, like that you have to remember here, okay. After applying the boundary condition, you are going to get these values, okay. So here this table is very important to solve the numericals, okay, you have to remember this, okay. So after applying the boundary condition, you are going to get the values like this, okay. If you write this in matrix form, you are going to write like this, h1 h2 h3 h4 1 by 4, okay. So you are going to get 1 zeta square zeta cube, okay. So where h normally called as h is equal to h1 LE by 2 h2 and h3 LE by 2 h4, okay. So after calculating simplification, after simplification you are going to get these values, okay. So these values are very important for the point of examination, okay. So you have to remember this h values, okay. So this is very important, you can use this or this, okay. So this is what, h1 value, sorry, this is h1 value, okay. So this is h2 and this is what, h3 value, okay. So this is h4 value, okay, h4 value, you have to remember these values, okay. So this is very important, okay. In while solving the problem, I am going to use direct h1 values 1 by 4 1 minus zeta whole square 2 plus zeta, LE by 8 1 minus zeta whole square zeta plus 1 1 by 4 1 plus zeta whole square 2 minus zeta, LE by 8 1 plus zeta square zeta minus 1, okay. So this is about the Hermite-Shave function and the load due to UDL, okay. So these two equations are very important while solving the problems, okay. So I hope you understand this, okay. Thank you.